Is there a reason why it's the lights off? You know? There's 2 switches. One's power, one's the light. It's all good. I guess maybe it just got hit.
Oh, we got it.
My bad.
I don't know why it's so humid.
Check, 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 check. What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to NBL Canada. Right now, the Orangeville A's have their home opener against the Windsor Express. I am Kelsey Wright. Joining me, Ryan Greco. We're matching today.
The Ryan Greco. I like it. Thank you. And yes, of course. Well, that's tradition. Especially when it comes to Orangeville A's games, we've always been good at matching. It's the OSBA games we have to kind of figure out every now and then.
For the home opener, there was no question we were wearing black and red today, right?
Absolutely. And of course, for Orangeville, we're wearing a little bit of the orange tie. Get that going as well. Get the home crowd, home court support.
I don't have any orange on me.
No. What? And you're from Orangeville?
What is with this? I wouldn't say from. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Ryan, we have the very first game that the Windsor Express is playing. It's the second game for the Orangeville A's, but the first game at home here, and I see a couple familiar faces down there.
And yes, that's actually a fact right now. We've got Justin Moss returning for another year. A big factor for the Orangeville A's last season, both defensively and offensively. Led the team in scoring, also was third in the league in rebounding. He actually finished with just under 9 rebounds per game.
And fourth in the league in scoring.
Yes, exactly. Just under 19 points, I believe it was.
So he had a great season, and we're expecting really great things again from him this year. Ryan, another returning player is Rick Bodiford. He's been here for years and years and years, and again, he's out here right now. Absolutely
the stalwart of the program, I guess you could say. A guy who's shown a lot of loyalty towards this club, has had opportunities to go elsewhere, but he's decided that Orangeville is his home. And, you want to talk about a guy who was willing to play any kind of position on the team, any kind of role on the team that was necessary of him. It didn't matter if he was starting. It didn't matter if he was coming off the bench. He was a guy that gave you 100% effort every single time. But also, most importantly, he's the kind of player at his size, at 6'5", sitting at about 205, 210, play multiple positions in this league. Smart enough to play point guard, but he can have him battle with the bigs if he needs to. Just a very talented player all around, and Orangeville's happy to have him back.
The Indiana University Southeast graduate has been with Orangeville since the 2013 season. Last year, he averaged 2.5 points, 4.4 rebounds, and 2 assists. In the game against Kitchener-Waterloo just last week on Boxing Day, he had not one, but 2 4-point plays.
And when you have a chance to be able to get the shots off like that, it's always going to show for an impressive performance, everything that you could ask for. Guys, it's the first game of the season. We're going to figure this out as we go along.
Another familiar face, if you've watched any Orangeville A's game, is the hometown Orangeville native Jamison Tipping, out there wearing the number 4. Now, he went to Western Kentucky and then transferred to Brock University, where he averaged 16.8 points, 8.7 rebounds, and 2 assists.
Yes, he did. And also, most importantly, he was able to hit the game winner last game against Kitchener-Waterloo.
That three-pointer from the corner set that game apart from KW, and they took home their first victory.
Absolutely, they did. And, but a big shout-out to KW. I mean, that was their first game of their team's existence. Kitchener-Waterloo basketball, something I always thought that they deserved a professional team of some sorts, whether it was the D-League or whether it was playing in the NBL. Happy to have them aboard. Unfortunately, Jamison Tipping broke their hearts.
Tipping had 12 points and 6 rebounds in that contest. A pretty good showing for the Orangeville native. And now one more familiar face is out there. If you've watched any of the Athlete Institute things, their coach, actually, Coach Levin, what's his last name?
Brandon Lazovsky. Yes, Lazovsky.
I only know him as Brandon because we're just such close friends. He is out there coaching the NBL team, the Orangeville A's, right now. This is his first time coaching a professional team. Yep. He coached Athlete Institute last year with players like Thon Maker, and now he's switched over to professional and, hey, got his first win last week.
His first professional win. Once again, a guy that I've had the pleasure, a coach I've had a pleasure of getting to know a little bit over the years as well. A guy who, he'll always make time for you, even before a game. I had a chance to go and say a few words to him, a couple of words of encouragement. One of the things that he really reiterated in this game is that they're facing a team with a lot of experience. They're facing a coaching staff that knows exactly how to play their game, and the most important thing for the Orangeville A's in this game is really, you try to stay away from all the cliche terms of working together and 100% effort on the boards and all that sort of stuff. But it's such a factor in this game, facing such a well put together Windsor Express team, and it's going to be a heck of a game, Kelsey.
Staying with Orangeville A's right now, a familiar face that had a couple years off and now is back here in Orangeville, Anthony Harris. He played at Miami University in his 4th year, averaged 10 points, 3.4 assists. He played in the D-League a whole bunch of years from 2010 until 2014 when he came into the Orangeville A's, had a little bit of a time off from them, and now he is back. Absolutely.
Anthony Harris, a guy that has shown he can hit it from just about anywhere on the floor. Very talented player, was able to finish 22 points, 6 rebounds, just an assist shy of a double-double there. And when you're a guy his size, standing at about 6'6" and able to facilitate the basketball the way that he does, and also not be afraid to attack the rim the way that he does, and then can he attack the rim? He's bringing a lot of experience back to this team, and Orangeville's more than happy to have him and have another great scorer. Something that they really lacked last season is having a guy outside of Justin Moss who could consistently put together 20-point nights.
Speaking of great scorers, if you're a fan of Canadian basketball, you've definitely seen Enrique De Loreto out there playing for Windsor. He is Windsor's all-time leading scorer, and now he is on the Orangeville A's.
Yep, there's another player, a little bit of international experience as well. Had opportunity to go play in Italy over in the summer of 2015. Anytime you get an opportunity to go out there and make an impact like he did, averaging 13.5 points during that month-long tournament that they were playing out there. Very talented player, and once again, Orangeville expecting big things from him. He was able to put his contributions towards the KW victory, and once again, we're happy to have him.
Let's talk about a few other players that we haven't seen on the Orangeville A's, Ryan. Let's start with Troy Joseph. Corey Joseph's cousin went to Long Island University and then transferred here to McMaster University to do his MBA, averaging 13 points and 6 rebounds.
Had a heck of a college career in LIU Brooklyn. 4 years there. Has a very, very consistent mid-range jumper. You
Didn't play 2 years there though because of his knee.
Yes,
which is unfortunate because
really
he did have such a great career.
Exactly. And when you have those kind of opportunities though put in front of you like they do now, that's going to be another guy really this season. Expect him to be putting together some big things for this team. He's got an opportunity here to really build his profile as a professional player. Don't be surprised if at some point you see him playing somewhere over in Europe. But once again, really very, very important for him to establish his mid-range jump shot. That's his go-to move when he's playing, when he's out on the floor. And once again, if he can get that going consistently, expect him to be another big scorer for the Orangeville A's.
Ryan, we talk about scorers over and over, and it just gives me more of an idea of who to talk to next. Gavin Thurman from Kansas City went to Missouri State. He was the all-time freshman. He was put on the all-time freshman scoring list there. Transferred to Newman University, where he was the leading scorer at that school. So that's one guy that obviously can score.
Absolutely, and better enough. Quick story about how Gavin Thurman even wound up with the Orangeville A's. He actually had a private workout with a number of NBL teams that were looking at him out in Kansas, and it was found out later that he and Coach Lazowski had a bit of a native kinship, both being from the same state. And from that, Thurman decided that was going to be the most natural fit for him, playing under a coach coming from the same state as him. It ended up just making it one of the easiest decisions of his playing career, as he said. And so once again, Orangeville's happy to have him, and I guarantee you that he's going to be busting his butt for his native coach.
That is so fun. One more guy that I want to talk to before we move on over to the Windsor Express, Rolear Jefferson. He's played in the D-League with the Delaware 87ers, and he's originally graduated from Temple University, where he averaged almost 9 points and 4 rebounds. He went undrafted, however, in the 2013 NBA draft, and now we have him here in Orangeville.
Yes, we do, and once again, another very good all-around player, a lot of hustle and heart. You're going to be expect him to be making a real impact, whether it's coming off of the bench or starting for this team. And once again, though, this Orangeville team, this kind of builds more towards how deep this team is this year. A lot of really talented players, very storied college careers, and more importantly, you're actually getting more D-League guys. And when you have D-League guys put in a situation where there's a little bit more security, knowing that really there's nowhere but up for them, coming from and playing for a league like this, also playing in a facility like Athlete Institute, where you have the top-notch training facilities available to you all the time. You're living right next to the arena, and you spend as much time as you can together with your teammates. I think having that consistency for a lot of these D-League guys is going to get the best out of them for this season for Orangeville.
Amazing. Now let's move on to the visiting Windsor Express. Ryan, a few familiar faces there, but not from Windsor necessarily. Clinton Springer-Williams, who played on the Niagara River Lions last year, the London Lightning before that, the Carleton Raven grad. He has transferred over to the Windsor Express for this year.
And I can imagine that he's happy to be over at Windsor, a team that's looking to be just as successful as they have been the previous seasons. This is, once again, a team that's went very deep in the playoffs last couple of seasons. Also adding in the fact that Clinton Springer-Williams, every single time he showed up at Athlete Institute, we saw him go off and have a fantastic game. And I believe we'll be right back after singing the national anthem.
Welcome back. Right before the break, we were just talking about Clinton Springer-Williams making the move from London Express, Niagara River Lions, eventually ending up this year with the London Lightning, with the Windsor Express. A fun fact, Ryan, last season when he was playing for the Niagara River Lions, he had a season-high 38 points against Windsor.
I think once they saw that, they sat and realized,
we need him.
We need this guy on our team. Funny how that works out, isn't it?
Amazing. Another Canadian and familiar face that we have on this team this year, the Windsor Express, is Warren Ward, the London native who went to Ottawa U. So right beside Carleton with Clinton Springer-Williams, now making his way from the London Lightning, where he averaged 10.7 rebounds and was the Canadian Player of the Year last year.
He was. He's also a Brampton native, actually, so he's a little bit more closer to Orangeville than most people realize. Also a former player, and don't kill me if I get this wrong, guys, but it's Margaret Duville, I believe, is who he played for his high school years. And Margaret Duville, for public school, for Catholic school, coming out of the region of Peel. Very, very storied history of a lot of great basketball players coming out of there. Yep, a lot of great players that came out of that area. And once again, Warren Ward is just another one of those names to add onto the list.
The last familiar face that we see down there right now is Nick Evans, the Southern Illinois University grad. He's pretty much played everywhere in this league now. Summerside Storm when it was around Windsor Express, Island Storm now, the London Lightning, and then he almost retired last year, wanting to go back to school to become a nurse, but he is back now on the Windsor Express, and it's nice to see the big man back out there.
Oh, absolutely, and when you get an opportunity, it happens to the best of us. You go through that kind of lull and think, what am I still doing this for? Do I really want to keep going? But the demand was obviously out there. Teams wanted him back. Teams wanted him to play. And when you're wanted, honestly, yeah, that's what it is. When it comes to playing at this kind of level, let's not kid ourselves. You want to be playing until they tear the jersey off your back. That's what a lot of these guys are playing for. They're going to keep playing until someone says, we got nothing for you anymore. And, I think he kind of came to that realization and said, you know what, I got an opportunity to come out here and do what I love a little bit longer, and why not?
Let's look at another guy who's been around for a while, Brandon Kearney, and I'm so excited to see him out there, Ryan. He played at Michigan State with Draymond Green, transferred to Arizona State Sun Devils, and eventually Detroit Titans. He played in the D-League last year, the Moncton Miracles. He was first overall in that pig, averaging 9.6 points a game, and now he's out here, and I'm actually really, really excited to see him play tonight.
Absolutely, and not only that, when he was coming out of high school, he was ranked higher than Draymond Green. Coming in 2011, he's ranked 36th overall on ESPN News rankings. And if you can crack the top 50 in that poll, especially near the end of the season when everyone's had a chance to get their games in and get their exposure in, that's nothing short of incredible.
You're doing okay.
Oh, yeah. And once again, to be honest, I'll tell you something right now, Kelsey. He's actually going to be the guy that I'm most interested to see as well going into this game, with the exception, of course, of our very own just both Gavin Thompson and also a chance to go and see Anthony Harris. Anthony Harris is going to be my big guy to watch in this game. He had 22 points, of course, against KW, and when you have a player of that stature that's been able to play as long as he had in the D League, it's something to survive that long, 6 years in the D League, and that means that there's always a job available for him.
Absolutely. Now we're getting into the game. Your starting five for Orangeville are getting ready to come out. In the big man spot, Justin Moss is taking back his starting position just like last year. Rick Bodiford is playing the guard position. That's no surprise here, Ryan. He played that position all last year too, in the starting position in the beginning of the year. Anthony Harris, Ryan's favorite tonight.
That's right.
He's starting there at the point guard position. The Orangeville native Jamison Tipping making his way into the starting lineup with the incredible game that he played just last week in Kitchener-Waterloo. Like I said, Justin Moss making his way on, and last but not least, number 34. Oh, sorry, I thought it was 34. Number 24, Relier Jefferson. He played at Temple University. He's from Philly, played in the D-League. He's one of those great guys that we're going to be able to have the opportunity to watch tonight.
Very solid 18-5-5 nights last game against KW. Last game, I mean to say, sorry.
Starting lineup for this Windsor Express team. Playing the big man position, number 44, Nick Evans. No surprise there, as we have seen him start in many, many teams throughout the league. Warren Ward makes the start, the sharpshooter from Brampton, Ontario. Number 23, Shantez Patterson is in that 4 position. Number 3, Brandon Kearney, which is absolutely no surprise. I'm so excited to watch him play. And I don't mean to say last but not least, but Maurice Jones, we didn't even get a chance to talk about him.
Oh my goodness.
He stands at 5'7". He played at USC. He got onto the freshman record of steals in his first year, 69 steals in one season.
In one season, there you go.
Wow.
Like I said, first game of the season, folks. We'll get all the butterflies out now. Here we go.
When he was at USC, Ryan, he was put onto the 2011 Pac-12 All-Freshman team.
And when you have a chance to make it to an all-conference team like that, averaging 38 minutes a game, nothing short of incredible at his size. You watched him play when he was playing at USC. Very rarely did you see him make the wrong decision. But that's how you get to that level, being the size that he is. You have to play almost perfect basketball every single time. One thing to note about him in this game, don't be surprised if you see him attacking the rim every chance that he gets, working around that pick and roll.
First possession is going to go to Orangeville. 12 minutes on the clock. Jamison Tipping on the wing. Passes it over to Jefferson for the first 2 points.
Jefferson, great finish there. Little double clutch under the rim. Easy finish.
Warren Ward calls a play. Nick Evans comes from nowhere to set that screen. Gets it over to Patterson.
Defense.
Patterson back over to the point guard, Jones. Jones tries to get it up, but it's not in time. That's a shot clock violation.
And great coverage there on the pick and roll screen. Guys hedging but not switching off, making sure that the mismatch was never put in place. And Windsor Express unable to get anything really going in that first offensive possession. It's always so important. Stay off that hedge.
Harris. Beautiful pass into Justin Moss on the left-hand side.
That's the second time now where we've seen the Orangeville A's crashing the basket. This time, though, it was on a wraparound.
Nick Evans with the jumper, nothing but net.
And Nick Evans, he's a big boy out there, standing at 6'11". A few guys are going to be able to get in his face to get that mid-range jumper off.
He's not even the biggest guy out there on Windsor's team this year. Lester Prosper is a monster. We'll see him later in the game. Keep an eye out for him. He's number 24. I'll let you know when he comes on. Patterson now with the ball, gets it over tries to get it to Evans, but Moss gets right in the lane. He goes for the big slam. It doesn't fall, but he's at the charity stripe now, Ryan, for 2.
And Justin Moss trying to get the crowd going early here. He's letting everybody know what time it is, but that's something that Justin Moss has that very few guys that play his position have. You know, you want to talk about somebody that's kind of like a Draymond Green. Obviously, he's about 5 inches taller, but, you know, when you talk about his ability to hit the mid-range jumper, how comfortable he is off moving off of screens and just going straight to the basket. And there, you just saw his speed, running full speed down the floor. A very athletic guy standing at 6'10", just very well proportionated is the rest of his body type.
Moss brings the lead up for the Orangeville A's 6-2. 10 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. Jones brings it up for the Windsor Express. Warren Ward drives left, goes up right. Can't get it to fall. It's going to go off of the hands of Warren Ward. Orangeville ball.
Yeah, that definitely went off his shoulders there. And there's Jamison Tipping rising to the challenge. They're able to play some very good stand-up defense there, preventing Ward to turn the corner on him. Orangeville gets the ball back.
Tipping goes behind his back right into the hands of Warren Ward. Ward going 100 miles a minute. Can't get it to go, but it is going to be called a goaltending, so those 2 buckets do count.
And it looked like there for a second that Nick Evans was able to kind of get his hand in there as Tipping was trying to go behind his back, able to knock it loose a little bit more, created the turnover. Good hands from the big man from Windsor.
Harris off 2 screens, pulls up for the 3. no good. Great rebound there by Bodiford, but it's swiped away by Windsor Express. Bodiford able to get it back and put it in.
And that's it. You got to be fearless if you're down there. Grab the ball, recognized he knew exactly what he wanted to do as soon as he got the ball up. Didn't hesitate. Easy 2 points, for Orangeville.
Jones into Evans with the jumper. It's good. That's his second one now. He's talking to the crowd, letting them know, I'm here.
Nick Evans, he's happy to be here. How about you, folks?
Bodiford finds the big man down low. It's good for 2 points. Jefferson.
Kelsey, so far this Orangeville A's offense, all give and go, and they are loving to share the ball right now. They love to share the ball, I mean to say.
Evans over to Jones. Jones tries to get that mismatch into Evans. Justin Moss knocks it away, and now Harris on the other end finds the wide open Justin Moss. He's going to go to the line again, Ryan, and that foul goes to Patterson.
Justin Moss, for people who might be watching the Orangeville A's for the first time, or this is their first look at Justin Moss, averaging just under 19 points last season, 4th in the league in scoring, also 3rd in the league in rebounding. Almost half, if not half of his points. Sometimes he would have nights where he was getting 15 to 20 just from the line. And you want to talk about the importance of hitting your foul shots for the younger kids at home. This guy put himself in the top 5 in the league in scoring, not because he was able to throw the ball down. Obviously he can do that, and he obviously can hit mid-range jumpers, but because he was consistent from the free throw line.
Great point, Ryan, and he just proves it even more. 12-6 now. The Orangeville A's are leading the way. Just under 9 minutes to go. Although the clock didn't start, the refs got that one, and they called it down. They took 5 seconds, or 7 seconds off, it looks like. And it's going to be Windsor Express ball. It's going to stay with the visiting team. Shot clock's going to have to go down a bit too. It's still at 24, so we'll let the refs figure that one out so far. Ryan, 12-6 right now. The Orangeville A's are leading the way, and most of that, Justin Moss.
It is, but I think even more importantly, it's all off of forced turnovers. It's off of, Windsor's not even getting shots up right now so far in these first 3.5 minutes of this quarter. A lot of it has been based off of turnovers and attacking the rim, and if you get a guy like Justin Moss out there on the open floor, you have no choice but to foul him, because he's very rarely you ever going to see him miss a layup, even a contested layup for that matter.
Justin Moss also has one of the hardest matchups there. I mean, Nick Evans has scored 4 of the team's 6 points.
Yes, he has, but you know what? Once again, Justin Moss playing the kind of defense all you could hope for in a guy like Nick Evans. Nick Evans has shown right now so far that he's going to be taking those mid-range jumpers. He's trying to establish that mid-range game, so at one point, if Moss is going to D up on him, he can kind of take him inside using that big frame of his. But honestly, if I was Evans at this point, I would start trying to attack the rim right now, get Moss in some foul trouble, especially when you are the size that you are.
And Moss just got Shantez Patterson in foul trouble. You want to return the favor.
Exactly.
Evans hands off to Kearney. Kearney calling a play. 10 seconds now on the shot clock. He comes off a screen. Turns around, the ball's knocked out of his hand by Justin Moss, and only 6 seconds remain on the shot clock for the Windsor Express.
Sometimes that's a bit of a disadvantage, though, when you're making that decision to try and drive to the hoop. If your defender can keep you out of the paint and you're dribbling with your head down, you don't see that open look there that Nick Evans had. At 6'11", he can catch that ball pretty high up there.
Jones chucks up a 3, last second on the shot clock. That one's no good. It goes right out of bounds off of Gernard Giroux's hands. It's going to be Orangeville ball. Harris finds Tipping on the wing. Back over to Harris. He looks to drive left. Kicks it out. A 3 ball for Jaleel Jefferson.
The one downside of that zone defense, if you're coming in for the help, you're going to leave somebody wide open there, and Orangeville's in a groove right now offensively.
Nick Evans looking to work inside. His first miss of the game, rebounded by Rick Bodiford.
Not a bad shot, but you want to see him catch that ball just a little bit deeper in the post.
Bodiford waited to try and get Brandon Kearney on his back there, but Brandon Kearney kind of stayed in the air a little bit too long. It's too athletic. The 3 ball now from Gerard Giroux. That one's no good. Harris rebounds it and comes down all the way coast to coast on the left-hand side for 2.
And just look at the aggressiveness right now of Orangeville going after those defensive rebounds, turning them into quick baskets. Windsor looking a little tentative right now.
It's going to be a 3, and the key called for Jannard Giroux in there a little bit too long. Orangeville is going to make a substitution now. Coming on for the first time is number 31, Gregory Sean Slim McGee.
Gregory Sean, he's a extremely talented player. A lot of hustle and heart you're going to be expecting from him in these games. Very charismatic.
There we go. He gets his first rebound and shot attempt. That one is good for 2 points. Those dreads just go crazy down there. Someone's going to get hurt.
And you know what? For Slim and for Coach Lazowski, how gratifying is that you bring a guy in and he gets on the board right away, and there he is just getting a rebound.
Nick Evans grabbing that rebound from him, though, putting in 2 more points. Now he has 6 of the team's 8 points, Ryan. Someone is going to have to stop him.
Absolutely, or at least get him in foul trouble.
Slim wide open underneath for 2.
And that seems to be the game right now. Much needed timeout, and this is a great timeout here called by Windsor Express head coach, because they've been getting beat consistently by the same thing: constant penetration, constant pick and roll, or a kick outside for an open look on the 3. Orangeville A's offense looking extremely comfortable right now, Kelsey. And like I said, a very good decision to call a timeout right now, because Windsor has absolutely no response on the defensive end.
Let's talk about Orangeville A's offense right now. It's pretty even, I'd say, Ryan. They got 2 guys with only 1 basket. Justin Moss has 6. Jefferson has 7, and then Slim just came on and got those 4 quick points.
Yep.
I mean, it looks like everyone is scoring out there.
Everyone's getting involved, and I want to talk really quickly about Slim McGee. We didn't really get a chance to speak about him when he came into the game. We'll use the timeout really quickly, because I think this is the time for, first game of the season. We want everyone to kind of get to know some of these players, especially guys that we think are going to be hanging around a little bit for most of the season, and Slim's definitely going to be one of those guys. 2014 MIA All-Tournament MVP. He's from New Orleans, Louisiana itself.
New Orleans,
yes. All-defensive team he made that year. He had a 67% field goal percentage to lead the conference that year in 2014. When he was finished there, though, and also broke the single-season record for blocks. Constantly active hands, as you saw just now, constantly going under the rim, fearless against the taller defender even. Tied the single game in rebounds. He's got the record. He's tied the record there.
What's that?
The single game rebounds record. Sorry, when I find that one, I'll let you know.
Rebound record.
But then also spent last season playing in Portugal. So
Nice.
He's also a little well-traveled. This isn't his first time outside of the United States, and once again, Orangeville A's, a very hustle and heart kind of team we're looking at right now that's thriving off of the pick and roll, and McGee staying in there. We'll see if that continues as Windsor Express now regroup, see how they're going to do on offense.
21-8, the Orangeville A's lead the way over the Windsor Express. Just over 6 minutes left to go in this first quarter. Warren Ward gets it over to Jones. Jones drives, dishes to Brown. Brown can't get that one to go. Brought down by Rick Botiford.
Once again,
Harris looks to turn the corner. Kicks it out to Jefferson. Jefferson drives, and that's going to be a foul on Jannard Giroux.
Windsor shooting, not exactly shooting woes right now, shooting 40% from the field.
Just not getting those shots up.
They're not getting the shots up, and also, to Orangeville's credit, playing great team basketball. They have an 80% team field goal percentage right now in this first quarter. There's a turnover. That's only their 3rd turnover so far to Windsor's 4th. To Windsor's 4.
Which is good considering in their last game, Ryan, in Kitchener-Waterloo, they had 29 turnovers to the game.
Got to take care of that ball. That was their biggest problem last season.
Brown puts in his first bucket. Botiford to Harris. Orangeville swings the ball. Joseph finds a wide open man underneath, but he's going to be called with the traveling violation. Jefferson with the dancing feet.
It's unfortunate. McGee a little upset, but I don't think he realizes that he didn't get called for it.
Quinnell Brown up top. Finds Warren Ward. Ward comes off a screen from his old London Lightning teammate. Jones now underneath. Beautiful pass out. Warren Ward from the corner. That one's no good. Usually a shot Warren Ward does not miss.
And Jones showing just how crafty he can be at the rim. What a find to Evans. Fortunately, you want to see a little bit more movement from Windsor, letting Jones try and attack a little bit here, but Orangeville's done their homework. They're not giving any breathing space there to Maurice Jones.
Jones closely guarding Anthony Harris. That's a fun matchup to watch tonight. So keep an eye on that. Bodiford kicks it out to Jefferson. Jefferson chucks a long two up.
My goodness, and the shots right now just keep falling for Orangeville.
Double technical on Windsor Express's
Rick Bodiford.
Windsor Express's Warren Ward, and number 2 on the Orangeville A's Rick Bodiford. A double T there. Guys that have played against each other for years and years. Bodiford's going to take a seat on the bench after that double T. He's still talking to Warren Ward coming off the bench. Warren Ward just shaking his head. Another guy in that we haven't seen yet, number 34, Gavin Thurman.
That's one thing, you know, some of these refs may not necessarily know the relationships between all of these players. And one thing NBL has been very, very serious about in the last couple seasons has been it's a zero tolerance
keeping
policy.
It under control, yeah.
Yep, very much so. As unfortunately, this league had a bit of a reputation at one point. Definitely trying to get rid of that.
Slim McGee goes up. Huge block by Gennard Giroux.
McGee had a fantastic cut to the basket there, but one thing you want to hope is that he would attack the rim just a little bit more quickly. It looked like he kind of sauntered up and went up and gave his defender a chance to, as it gave Giroux a chance to really get a step on him and make that very impressive block. And McGee's a good sport about it, though. He was actually slapped hands.
Yeah, he got back.
No, he got back, and he also slapped hands with Giroux, said good block. So it's good to see some solid competitive basketball here so far, Kelsey.
2 new guys in that haven't been on the floor for the Orangeville A's. Number 5, Scotty Hendricks, playing defense right now, getting that turnover against Windsor as he first steps on the floor, and Windsor brought on Lester Prosper, the big man. Another substitution here, Alex Campbell making his way on for Maurice Jones.
There's the another Brampton native back on the floor here, University of Windsor alumni. Jones, unfortunately, just not getting it done so far, despite his incredible highlight reel pass.
Tipping on the wing, pulls up for the 3. He gets fouled. Warren Ward gets his second foul now. The technical, and then this personal foul here. Jamison Tipping will go to the line for 3.
I'll be honest, he doesn't fall down. He doesn't get that call. Very savvy veteran play there by Tipping. Definitely was contact on the shot, though. You can see it from here. He got his hands. Or maybe the ref heard it.
We got headphones on, so we don't hear anything.
It's so true. All we hear is ourselves.
Clinton Springer Williams, the former Niagara River Lions and now the Windsor Express guard, is making his way on for the first time with a new pair of specs I see out there.
Yes, he's looking very stylish. He always had specs, though, didn't he?
Those are new. Look at those.
They're all black.
Those are schmancy.
Yep, like the team colors. See what I did there?
I got you.
Oh, God.
Alex Campbell brings it up for the Express team, gets it over to Quinnell Brown. Jamison Tipping goes for that steal. He's going to be called with a foul. That's his first of the game.
Quick over the back there. Springer Williams just shaking his head, or sorry, nodding his head going, yep.
Yeah, it was a foul.
It was,
Everybody thinks it's a foul, right? The big man Prosper launches from 3, just long. Down with it, Scotty Hendricks. He's looking to set something up now for this Orangeville A's team. Tipping, drives middle, finds the lane, tries to get it over to Slim McGee. That's going to be a foul on the Windsor Express team. McGee is going to go line for 2.
Tipping's okay with it because McGee was able to get the foul, but I'm sure he was even kind of motioning the layup that he knew he should have taken. He was able to turn the corner something that he's not necessarily used to doing. He's a guy who likes to be a spot-up shooter. The only time you ever see him really dribbling the basketball is when he's either moving over to get it off to one of the guards or to, when he's incredibly feeling it, wants to do a pump fake and drive to the rim. Doesn't usually turn the corner like that. But that time he had daylight.
Yeah, we saw that lane wide open.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
As soon as he got close, it kind of closed off a little bit. He tried to get his teammates involved, get it to Slim McGee, and hey, it worked out. He got the 2 points from the foul line. In now is the York University graduate Daniel Tulik.
Violation on that last shot.
Tulik, what a college career he had.
Yeah, he did miss 2014 due to an injury, but he did play all 5 years at York University. In his last season, he averaged 6.7 points and 4.3 rebounds. It's nice to have Canadians who are so talented join the NBL and get minutes like Daniel's doing.
Absolutely, and attributing to how talented he really was. You look at his junior year when he was there; he was averaging just under 19 points a game. He made it to the OUA All-Star team at one point. He was also in Missouri at one point. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, it looks like the game clock went down to 0, and it definitely shouldn't be. So the referees are trying to figure that one out now. There we go. 3 minutes and 1 second left on the clock. A little bit strange, but it does happen. So Windsor Express will just get the ball back on the sideline. 3 minutes and 1 second left. Another Canadian checks into the game. Orangeville right now has 3 Canadians on the court. Enrico Delaretto played for Windsor, Windsor's all-time leading scorer. Now he's out here. He's covering Quinnell Brown, so it's a tough matchup for him. As I say that, Scotty Hendricks is going to get a foul.
Yes, he is. Hendricks. Out of Radford, Virginia.
Campbell finds a very, very wide open Giroux. Goes up for the dunk, but he's fouled by Tulik. He's going to go to the line for 2. Tulik, his team is cheering him on, saying no easy baskets. That's a good foul, putting someone to the line when they're that wide open.
Absolutely. You just can't afford it. You can't afford any kind of momentum going forward into this quarter. You want to finish strong. As we've seen time and again, Kelsey, there isn't a single lead in the NBL that will be safe. It isn't really that big of a shocker to see a team go up 15, 17, 20, as much as 30 points in a game.
Even in the fourth quarter.
Yep, even in the fourth quarter. You'll see these huge leads all of a sudden evaporate under the weight of some momentum and some timely turnovers.
12-minute quarters are long, so it's a lot of basketball to play. So make sure you tune in to the whole game because upsets do happen. Scotty Hendricks launches one from 3. That one's no good. Delaretto gets his first rebound of the game. The Windsor University graduate pulls up for his own 3. That one's good. Now you can see, Ryan, why he's the Windsor University all-time leading scorer.
Yes, he is. Very confident, very calm. Told everyone to back off for a second. He's got that one. Able to go around a slight screen there and just jaded home. Windsor almost was kind of baiting him into shooting it. He said, no problem.
Joke's on them. A 3 of his own. That one is no good for Alex Campbell. His team looks to go get it. A big rebound by Tulik.
Tulik, that was a man's rebound right there.
Right over top almost. He kind of bodied the guy and got that one down.
Absolutely.
There's going to be a foul on the other end of the court. That's Clinton Springer-Williams. Second foul. Jamison Tipping is going to the line for 2 shots. It looks like CSW is going to stay on the court. Oh, no, he's going to be subbed out for Wally Ellenson. Do you want to talk about Wally Ellenson for a second?
I want you to talk about Wally Ellenson because you sound so excited.
Wally Ellenson, let me just go this. So he went to Minnesota.
Collect yourself.
He went to Minnesota and Marquette, where he was a 2-sport athlete. He played basketball and he did high jump, which is crazy to me, even crazier than that. He's the four-time All-American high jumper. He set the school record at 7 feet and 53 inches. And his brother, Henry Ellison, in the NBA on the Pistons.
My goodness. So he comes from an athletic family.
Yeah, so if we see him jump pretty high and grab some rebounds, we will know why he's an All-American high jumper.
Rebounds. I want to see him cram it on someone then. Sorry,
Big
guys.
shot there by Giroux. That one's good for 2 points. 30-13 now. The Orangeville A's are up. Jamison Tipping launches from 3. That one's no good. Giroux down with the board.
Don't want to see Tipping take that kind of shot. If he's going to take it, get the feet set and get it off. Don't unnecessarily rush it. He had time to set his feet on that one.
Big rebound there for Quinnell Brown. He gets the board, goes up, and then there is going to be a foul on the Orangeville A's. That one is on Daniel Tillich, and he's going to go to the line for 1. I love seeing and ones. Exciting. Get the crowd on their feet.
There you go. Something to look at, really.
Justin Moss makes his way onto the floor for Tillich after his first foul. He's going to make an immediate impact coming back onto that court, Ryan.
Absolutely.
Now Scotty Hendricks playing the 1.
Most importantly, though, Slim McGee, not really much of a drop-off there when you saw him come in for Moss. That's going to be something really interesting to watch the rest of the season.
And so important because as a big man, you do get more fouls sometimes than other positions. Quinnell Brown on the other end, chucks one up, no good. Hendricks for the Orangeville A's brings it back. We're under a minute now left in this first quarter. Hendricks turns a couple corners, gets it over to Del Loretto. Del Loretto back to Hendricks. Hendricks finds Justin Moss underneath the reverse layup.
What a find.
He doesn't get it to go, but he is fouled, And that foul is going to go to Gerard Giroux. Ryan, how many fouls does Gerard Giroux have?
We've got Giroux with 2 personal fouls now.
2 fouls. So a couple of those guys now with 2 fouls for the Windsor Express. Clinton Springer Williams, Warren Ward. I guess that's it.
And Gennard Giroux.
It's a tongue twister.
It is a little bit. I want to see you talk about that great find there by Scott Hendricks. You want to talk about a guy who in 2014 wasn't selected in the NBL draft in the Combine. And here we are 2 years later, though. When things don't go your way, you just got to adapt, got to persevere. And now he's found himself getting some meaningful minutes here early in this game for the Orangeville A's.
And this is his very first pro experience.
It is. And once again, you see him making the right decision there, finding down low, always looking around to find one of the other guys on the floor if they see an easier basket or an easier shot. And it resulted in a couple of points to close out this quarter for the Orangeville A's.
Brown to Ellenson. Ellenson puts it up, it rolls around, and he says count it for 3. 4 seconds left in the game now. Harris pulls up for the 3. No good at the end of the first. 32-19. The Orangeville A's are leading the way in their home opener over the Windsor Express. Ryan.
Just a couple of things to bring up right now. Windsor Express going considerably cold, getting 20 shots off, only draining 7 of those in the first quarter. 35% from the field. Orangeville A's just making all the right plays. They only got off 16 shots, but they're shooting 62% from the field. That's why they have a 13-point lead right now. Also, 9 assists to only 5 of the Windsor Expresses. And you also add in that you've got here, what are you looking at here? You're going to 12 rebounds to only 7, especially when you're dealing with 2 offensive boards that led to points, that led to trips to the line. When you look at the differences that this Orangeville A's team that we had this year compared to last year, you look at a guy like Slim McGee coming off the bench and making an immediate impact, getting rebounds, getting shots up and scoring. And when you have that kind of chemistry that's going on right now, working that pick and roll and constantly penetrating into the paint, guys taking comfortable 3-point shots, not rushing anything for the most part. There's no wonder that this team is up by 13 right now.
All right, guys, in just a few minutes, we'll be right back. Make sure you stay tuned in for second quarter action. Welcome back to the Orangeville A's home opener. They are taking on the Windsor Express at the Athlete Institute. Again, I am Kelsey Wright, joined by Ryan Greco. 32-19, the Orangeville A's are leading the way over the Windsor Express. Now Brown looks to turn the corner. Great defense there by the Orangeville A's. Huge block by Jefferson. Now coming the other way, Justin Moss converts for 2 points.
Yeah, how fancy was that? A little behind the back, a little quick finish. Justin Moss right there, and once again, we've said it time and again, don't expect Justin Moss to miss any of those layups, or many of them for that matter. Very, very soft hands for a big man. There's that hedge again. Now inside to Evans, though it didn't work that way. Nick Evans understood as soon as he saw Justin Moss going out with that hedge. Nick Evans understood right to the basket, gets an easy 2 for his efforts.
Justin Moss looking to make an answer there on the right-hand side. The little finger roll is good for 2 off the glass.
Very few players, period, let alone big men, can make that shot. When you've got a player with his hand straight up in the air to just wrap your arm around and get that quick finish off that finger roll, Kelsey, that's something only the very best can do.
And Justin Moss is the very best. I mean, we've talked about it before. 4th in the league last year in scoring, 3rd in the league in rebounding. He's an elite guy in this NBL league.
Yes, he is. He's the best for Orangeville. Yes.
Foul there on Anthony Harris. He goes for the steal against Ellenson and just can't get high enough with those long arms of his. It goes right across his wrist. He's called for the foul and a Windsor ball on the sideline.
You look at Ellenson, I mean, his arms look like they almost could be dragging on the floor when he's walking around. Just an incredibly athletic player.
Often what makes a great shooter.
Very true.
Because you can release it so high.
That's true. You look at a guy like Nick Stauskas, he's another one. It looks like his hands are
Brady
at his knees.
Heslip, again, long arms.
Yep, very much so.
Brown drives and dishes to Giroux. Giroux with the double spin move, goes up for the jumper, nothing but air. A big rebound for Botiford.
Great defense. One thing I want to bring up real briefly, though, is here we go, right to the basket.
Harris can't connect coast to coast.
A lot of passes right now. Windsor Express, not a lot of crisp passes to each other. A lot of stuff that's getting caught at the knees or at the feet or
and they have only
above
played
the head.
one game together, so that definitely could be the reason behind that. Great finish for Relier Jefferson under the basket. That foul goes to Ellenson, and I'm not sure if it was before or after. It kind of looked like Ellenson ran right by him, Ryan, but he was called with the foul, and Jefferson's going to go to the line for one more.
Honestly, I don't know where I saw the foul there, to be honest. Maybe a little bit of body contact on the leg, maybe a little nudge on the hip, but apparently it was enough for the referee to call for an and one.
Jefferson puts another one in, 39-21. Now the Orangeville A's lead the way over the Windsor Express. Just over 10 minutes left to go in the first half. Patterson has the ball up top, gets it to Nick Evans. Evans finds Kearney. He turns the corner with a floater. That one's no good. Evans there to clean it up.
There's Evans once again, keeping his hands up, finishing at the rim. Someone's got to work to try and box him out a little bit more. It's such a large body to try and move around.
There's Anthony Harris on the other end with the answer. Now Brandon Kearney. Nick Evans has the ball up top. Swiped away, so clean by Justin Moss with the slam.
Justin Moss, strong, quick, and powerful. No messing around there. He's all business tonight, folks.
You can't just hold the ball there in front of him. He just swiped it away.
Once again, showing those incredible hands he has that got him the 2014 MAC Player of the Year for while he was still playing for the University of Buffalo.
Nick Evans, one of those jumpers that he's getting famous for this game.
There's a find to the rim.
Harris drives again. There's going to be a foul there on Brandon Kearney, and Harris is going to go to the line for 2 shots. A couple substitutions making their way onto the court for both teams. Number 10 for the Windsor Express, Warren Ward, is going to make his way onto the court. One of those sharpshooters again, he's going to come in for Ellenson. And for the Orangeville A's, number 15, Troy Joseph makes his way onto the court. He's going to be covering the sharpshooter, Warren Ward. And if Harris makes this these 2 shots, Scotty Hendricks will be making his way on for him.
I want to talk about, Anthony Harris there deciding to just taking himself to the basket. Nothing wrong with that. If you can kind of lull your defender to sleep there with those quick crossovers, Harris knows exactly what he needs to do to get to the basket. And if you can catch your defender flat-footed, why not take it right to the rim? It's been so successful for him, getting him to the line, getting his opponents in foul trouble.
So quick.
He has. It's not something you want to see every time, obviously. You want to see the ball get moved around, but you can't get mad at that in this moment right now.
Brown finds Ward. Now here's Ward with a pullback, long too. It's just long and actually put in by either Rick Bodiford or Justin Moss as they try and rebound it. They're both kind of shaking their heads at each other down there.
Warren Ward, he's had a tough night so far offensively, and maybe that'll get him going.
Help him out.
Yeah, the basketball god's helping him a little bit there.
Scotty Hendricks. Inside now, Justin Moss on the left is good.
Like, just how good is he? He can finish either hand, no problem.
And he's falling down almost.
Falling down with his left hand. He's not a lefty, people. If you're watching at home and you're watching him finish like that, he's not a left-handed player.
Brandon Kearney. Over to Ward. Ward to Brown. He looks to drive now. Finds Nick Evans as he rolls, but it goes right off Nick Evans' hands. It looked like Nick Evans' hands were like trampolines. It like hit it, it went right out of bounds. It's going to be Orangeville ball on the baseline.
Yeah, that one definitely slipped between his hands, which is impressive. That shows you how hard that pass was, though, because if any of you at home have handled one of these NBL official basketballs, they stick to you like glue. It's like playing with a Velcro ball. So for it to bounce off of Nick Evans' hands like that, that's a powerful pass.
Kearney goes long, finds Patterson underneath. He tries to do a spin move, but it's knocked right out of bounds by Jefferson. Great D.
Jefferson, amazing hands there, recognizing that off of that spin move. That's why it's so important. If you're going to pull that spin move, keep it up, keep the elbows even a little bit out to try and create some space and go right in.
Ward, missed shot attempt, Rick Bodiford.
You can tell Ward's having a rough night offensively, because when you look at that shot right there that Warren Ward took, he's so on edge right now that he was fading away against nobody. He took that shot and started fading away, and there wasn't a single defender there. They have done such a great job to limit his opportunities to get on the score sheet today. We'll see if it changes at all, but so far, great defense by the Orangeville A's.
Kearney calling a play. Finds Ward. Ward pulls up for the 3. That one's short. Nick Evans grabs that. It's tied up with Scotty Hendricks. The biggest guy and the smallest guy on the court get tied up.
Looks like guys are getting a little
chippy down there, but it's going to be
good.
Orangeville ball.
Little love, little pat on the head there. That's one thing, though, you definitely have seen a huge notice and change. A lot of these guys realizing now kind of, we're all in the same boat. We're all in this together. This is an opportunity for us to get a chance to play a little bit closer to home in this league. Let's try and show everybody, exactly what we're all about. And we're seeing some real sportsmanship so far, Kelsey. I actually have to point that out.
A lot of new faces, a lot of faces that we've seen before. I mean, these guys, even if they're new to the NBL, have played against each other in college or the D-League or over in Europe. I mean, wow, another steal for Justin Moss there. Tries to get it up to Jefferson. Can't connect, however. It is going to stay with Orangeville. In now for Windsor, Maurice Jones. Kearney takes a seat on the bench.
Maurice Jones now looking to get himself refocused, re-energized back into this game. Not exactly a very good start for him. He started off with 2 turnovers. And still, I don't think he's yet to record an assist yet.
Bodiford to Jefferson. He swings it. Hendricks chucks one up. That one's no good. Big board by Bodiford. And now Jefferson underneath. Tries to go up over a couple guys. Gets it out to Moss for the jumper. That one's just short. Bodiford tries to knock it in. And now 24 seconds. Bodiford chucks it up from the corner. It's good for 3.
Great find in the corner there. Bodiford was standing there for a few seconds. I was kind of yelling in my head, get it to him, get it to him. But now looks like there's going to be a
legal screen on Nick Evans. Great awareness there by Scotty Hendricks.
Hendricks doing a great job.
It's only his first foul, so nothing really to worry about there, but those kind of fouls where it's a blind screen, they always look a lot worse than they are.
Don't they, Kelsey? Honestly.
All right, guys, there's a timeout on the floor. 5 minutes, 49 seconds, 49-27. Orangeville is leading the way. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Welcome back to NBL Canada. Right now, the Orangeville A's lead the way 49-27 over the Windsor Express, just under 5 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in this first half. Justin Moss underneath with a reverse layup. It's good for two.
This has been the story all first half, Kelsey. Guys just working around, moving the ball around, finding options until there's a final cut there off of a screen. And when you have hands like Justin Moss's, he's been eating all day.
Nick Evans looking to work his big man body underneath. Can't connect, however, from in the paint. Now Jefferson coming back the other way finds Hendricks. It's knocked away by Jones, but Hendricks keeps possession. He drives left into Moss. Moss goes up for another two.
And once again, you're finding that aggressive defense that Windsor's trying to kind of put some pressure on the Orangeville guards.
That's 20 points now for Justin Moss, Ryan.
And we're not even...
He has almost as many points as Windsor Express. Quinnell Brown into Evans. Evans looking to back down Moss. Just puts it right up and over with a little jumpy.
Evans needs more of that. We find whenever Evans tries to rush, he very rarely gets a clean shot off. But when he takes his time and he uses his size to his advantage, you get shots like that going up. Or at the very least, if he's setting his feet on the mid-range jumper, those shots go in. That's the most important thing. Windsor needs to realize right now they're not going to get them all back in one possession. They've got to start taking their time and using their shot clock and having a little bit of confidence in what they do best. And in Nick Evans' case, it's staying deep in the post or it's setting up for a nice mid-range spot jump shot.
Shantez Patterson gets called with his first foul there. Oh, third, excuse me. That's his third personal foul. And now Patterson's going to be on the line. Four minutes, 13 seconds left to go in this first half. Relier Jefferson at the line for one more shot. Can't connect for either of them. Brought down by Gennard Giroux. And now Jones looking to set something up for this Windsor team. 19 seconds on the shot clock. He gets it into Warren Ward. They're trying to get that mismatch, take advantage of it. But Brown slips. And it's a turnover there. Slim McGee goes up for 2. That one's no good.
McGee, one of those kind of shots you want to see him go straight up on, possibly draw the contact. Good D there, though.
Gennard Giroux, nice little jumpy at the elbow. That one's good for 2 points, 53-31.
And that goes back to what we were saying earlier about the Windsor Express. Their offense just needs to start finding some open looks, having confidence in what they do best. One thing Orangeville needs to do, though, is not let up. They need to keep their foot on the pedal. They can't give up any possessions right now, or this game could get a lot closer than they would like.
Troy Joseph misses that one. It's off the mark, but 22 seconds left. Jamison Tipping goes up for the layup, and it's good for 2 points.
And Tipping there, great cut to the basket. One thing, though, you want to see him do is finish with that left hand. That would have been an easy deuce, but gets it back. Nice finish. Stat stacker.
Maurice Jones with the and one layup, nothing but net. He gets it real high in the air, it just kind of falls right into the net. He is fouled by the Orangeville A's, and he goes to the line for one more. And
we knew this was only a matter of time, Kelsey, that Maurice Jones would start finding the rim and start attacking the basket as soon as he found an opportunity to go to the rim. A very difficult shot, mind you, as well, but that's shots he's been making his entire career. He wouldn't be playing professional basketball at 5'7" if he couldn't make those awkward shots fall every now and then. Fortunately, he misses the free throw there. You can see his frustration. But if he can stick to his game where he's trying to attack the rim a little bit more consistently, then he could get Windsor back into this game a little bit quicker than they know it.
Tipping pulls it out, 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Looking for a screen from Slim McGee. He turns the corner, and it's knocked right out of his hands. It's going to go into the Windsor Express hands now. A couple substitutions on the floor for the Orangeville A's. Anthony Harris and Daniel Tulloch making their way back onto the court now. It's Windsor Express ball on the baseline.
Once again, going back to not getting complacent on your offense. Keep moving the ball around. There's another one now. Guys are cheating on defense.
Maurice Jones can't connect, however, can't take advantage of the 5-on-4.
That's one thing you always fear as a coach when you're watching your players starting to take a couple of liberties here and there now that they've got a sizable lead. But the Windsor Express is not a team that you want to, it doesn't matter what year it is or what position they are. If they find their shots flowing and they're getting more open looks, they're going to start making those shots.
A new shot clock for the Windsor Express. 24 more seconds of defense for the Orangeville A's. It's going to be a foul on Daniel Tulloch.
It's one thing coaches tell their players is you want to defend with your body first, your hands second. We're starting to see guys on the Orangeville side starting to reach in a little bit too often for, I'm sure, Coach Lazowski's liking here, Kelsey.
Warren Ward drives, dishes to CSW. That one's good for 3.
And that's a shot that he lived for playing with Niagara last season, and he burned Orangeville a few times
he
with that shot.
He liked the corner especially.
Oh, absolutely.
Can't leave him open over there. Joseph tries to give it an answer. No good from either him or the cleanup attempt by Bodiford. And now Maurice Jones on the other end. He finds the lane, drives. He's pushed on the pass, so it will only be on the baseline.
It was only a matter of time, as I said. Jones attacking the rim there. Fearless.
That foul goes to Anthony Harris. Ryan, how many does he have now?
Anthony Harris, he's now got 3 fouls on the day.
Not ideal.
No, definitely not. Let me just confirm that, though. Yep, that's 3 personal fouls now.
Big shot there for Warren Ward. He's one of those guys, Ryan, that if he gets into it and he starts feeling himself, he's lights out shooter.
Yep. Well, once again, we're starting to see the defense lay off a little bit. You can't let any of these guys. And there's a big putback slam by McGee.
He dabs at half court. I love it.
Well, you can tell. You see the dreads. You see the dreads. You see the tattoos. You know he's from the Music City. Or not the Music City, sorry, but he's from New Orleans. screwed that one up, but.
But he's got a bit of swag on him.
Oh,
I see where you're going.
Yeah, no,
He's a dabber.
Yep.
Shot clock is running low, and just as it hits 1 second, Maurice Jones steps out of bounds. Great defense there by the Orangeville A's. So I do think that's going to be an out-of-bounds call, not a shot clock violation, but close.
Daniel Tulok, though, he kind of got away with one there, once again kind of leaning into Jones when he really shouldn't have.
Slim McGee on the other end.
Ooh, almost looked like a foul there. It looked like he ate some elbow.
Yeah, he definitely got something on his face there, it looked like. But there is going to be a foul on Joseph on the other end. It's going to go back to Windsor. 30.1 seconds left to go in this half. Scotty Hendricks comes on for Harris. Orangeville doesn't want to get Harris his 4th foul with 30 seconds left when the score is 57-38. So Hendricks comes on for the last 30 seconds. Again, shot clock's at 24, so there is a little bit of a difference there. This is still 2 possessions. Quinnell Brown using the clock now. Looks like they're going to try and take a last-second shot. 10 seconds now on the shot clock. He drives left. Big block by Daniel Tulloch down low, and it's going to stay Windsor ball. 6 seconds now on the shot clock. Looks like Windsor is going to call a timeout. Folks, there's 11 seconds left to go in this first half. We'll be right back. All right, guys, you are tuned in to NBL Canada, Orangeville A's home opener. 6 seconds left on the shot clock right now. On the inbounds for the Windsor Express, there is a foul on Daniel Tulloch. So I do believe the shot clock will reset to 14, making it non-existent. 11.2 seconds left to go now in this game. It is Windsor Express ball on the baseline.
They're just waiting to shut off the shot clock, and then they'll get going. There we go.
Quinnell Brown. He drives left, puts it off the glass. That's going to be called for goaltending. Slim McGee. He's almost a little too long and tall for his own good there,
He really was there. I mean, that was a great defensive play and a great show of athleticism by him, but unfortunately the ball had already bounced off the backboard to go into the net, and then that's when he came up to get it, and of course that's goaltending.
So 2 points awarded to Windsor, and now 5 seconds on the clock. Scotty Hendricks looking to get a shot up. He chucks one off from 3. That one's no good.
I almost had to
that
tip
could
it.
technically be called a goaltending too. I think they're going to talk about it for a quick second. All good with the referees at the end of the first half. 57-40. The Orangeville A's are leading the way over the Windsor Express. Ryan?
Just a couple of things. Justin Moss, he had 20 points with still 5 minutes to go in that first quarter. Good call there by Coach Lazowski. Get him off early, let him get his rest in for the third quarter. The bench, although coming on, as great as this game has been so far, 57 first half points, Kelsey, the Orangeville A's definitely need to bring back that intensity that they had in the first quarter of that defense, because it kind of looked like they kind of lulled themselves to sleep a little bit there, especially with the bad shot selections on the offensive ends, allowing Windsor to get into a little bit of a groove. And what they've done so well today has not necessarily been scoring points, it's been scoring easy points off of great defensive plays. a lot of their points have came off of the fast breaks. So when you have opportunities like that, and especially when you add in the fact that they've had a fantastic time attacking the basket off of screens and finishing at the rim, Justin Moss made he's right now he's making an entire game out of it by either going to the rim or getting fouled and finishing at the free throw line. This is a team that needs to continue to keep pounding the basket. Now, of course, with that being said, that's going to get you tired. That's going to get you a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for here, fatigued. So when you're that kind of fatigued, it makes sense that you're going to be a little bit lulled on defense on the offensive end or the defensive end near the end. But overall, a great first half by the Orangeville A's. The Windsor Express starting to slowly get their offense in rhythm again, and it was only a matter of time that we were going to see their big guns start getting some baskets or getting to the line. But just more faith in what they do best, I think, is what they need more than anything right now, and I'm sure that the Windsor Express head coach is going to be explaining that to them in halftime.
Nick Evans, the leading scorer right now for the Windsor Express. He's got 14 points and 6 rebounds. The next best person is Quinnell Brown with 7 points. Everyone else in the low singles. Justin Moss, like you said, 20 points. Behind him, Relier Jefferson, he's got 12. And then behind him, they're all singles. Slim McGee has 7. And 13 minutes now until the game resumes. Ryan, we will be right back. Welcome back to OSBA TV. Third quarter action right now. The Orangeville A's lead the way over the Windsor Express in their home opener, 57-40. Kelsey right now bringing you play-by-play, joined by the Ryan Greco.
Kelsey, so happy to be back. Luckily, we made it through the first half of the first game of the season without me getting fired, so I'm extremely happy for that.
Oh my goodness.
We've survived. Let's see if we can survive the rest of the game.
It is Windsor ball on the sideline after the steal attempt there by Jefferson.
One little fact I wanted to bring up real quickly, Kelsey, before we get too deep into the second half. Windsor offense, they've only made it 4 trips to the line so far in this game. We'll see if that's going to be a changing factor going into the second half. I'm sure that's a stat that head coach brought up. Want to see them try and get some more work in the paint right now. They've also only scored 12 points in the paint, with that being said, and I believe it was all Nick Evans.
Harris drives middle. A weird little shot there. His arm didn't even bend. It just kind of windmilled around. That's good for 2 points.
That's the kind of shot that goes in when you've become a pro veteran like Harris is.
Jones up top for Windsor. He looks to take on Harris. There's that drive you were talking about, Ryan. Can't connect, however. And now Jones on the other end. He brings it up for this home team.
And here's the thing, though. I mean, Jones, he's got his hands full right now. He's dealing with a player that's as defensively sound as Harris. He's not going to bite or jump for any of those quick little jab steps.
Tipping with the reverse for 2.
Great finish for Tipping there.
Great dime there by Justin Moss, finding Tipping wide open underneath.
Absolutely, and that's the kind of quick cuts that you want to see Jamison Tipping make. You know, a guy that obviously can shoot the 3, but when you can get your shooters attacking the rim like that for those quick up and unders, it only helps.
Great finish there by Jefferson. Jefferson now one of the leading scorers on this Orangeville A's team.
And you're looking at this right now, Kelsey. You're seeing a lot of the same energy we saw in the first quarter when the Orangeville A's came out. A lot of quick, fast break points. Very confident hands going to the rim.
Did Warren Ward just break Anthony Harris's ankles?
And I think he kind of fell off of a screen there almost.
It's like those new videos that are everywhere on online where people are slipping on ice and stuff. Have you seen those? That's what that just looked like.
Yeah, definitely. And
all right, guys, that's a timeout for the Windsor Express. 65-40. It's a 25-point game right now here at Athlete Institute. 9 minutes, 46 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
Kelsey, this is the exact same Orangeville A's team that we saw in the first quarter kick off this game. 8-0 run to kick off this second half here. And what more can you say other than the fact of active hands creates easy baskets? And that's exactly what we saw here. A lot of easy ball movement. Windsor, unfortunately, I just had a chance to speak to some of the other analysts and some of the writers that are here today, and both the Windsor and the Orangeville guys here kind of all in agreement. Windsor's looking a little flat right now. Once again, first game of the season for them. They've only had one exhibition game under their belt, to your point.
Although, on the other hand, Orangeville hasn't played any exhibition games. They only have one game under their belt, too.
They do. And I guess it just comes down to right now what we're seeing is one team that's figured it out a lot quicker than the other.
Yeah.
We're seeing a lot of isolated, settling jump shots from Windsor's offense. Once again, something I just brought up at the beginning of this half. They've only made it to the free throw line 4 times, and they've only scored 2 of those. So when you're not getting to the foul line, when you're getting out-rebounded, and when you're not shooting the basketball as well, odds are you're not going to win a game. And it's really no surprise why the Orangeville A's are up 25 points in this third quarter. Now, with all of that being said, of course, this is the NBL. There are 12-minute quarters, and anything can happen.
A lot of
teams,
time.
Guys can go on runs. Teams can be, guys can fire, can heat up. There can be open jump shots that can be made. There can be lackadaisical defense, and I honestly think the Orangeville A's biggest enemy right now would be themselves. They cannot let up on this. They have to stay with the foot on the throat, and they've got to finish out this game and keep Windsor at arm's length.
Speaking of Windsor, looking to go on a run now. Jones brings it up for the visiting team. He looks to get it into Nick Evans. Nick Evans has been the hot hand so far, has 14 points. He's the leading scorer for this Windsor team right now. Brandon Kearney pulls up for the long 2. There's going to be a foul there on Jamison Tipping as Nick Evans falls to the floor. That's a big body to go to the floor, Ryan.
No, absolutely. And unfortunately, you have to get physical with him, though, or else he's gonna have every opportunity to do whatever he wants in that paint, and that's something Orangeville's not allowed him to do since the first quarter. Made a great adjustment on defense, and he's just not been able to get comfortable at all.
He's been quiet.
And there he goes, though.
There's
he gets
that
the open
jumper that he loves so much. A rare miss from Evans.
But keep in mind, Kelsey, that's the first time he's taken that jumper since the first quarter. I can imagine that he's a little bit cold.
Tipping tries to get it into Moss. It's right off of the legs of Patterson. Over to Ward now. Ward right off the glass for 2 points.
Ward, he's very lucky to have made that because he had Nick Evans wide open in the paint waiting for the pass. Decides to do it himself, but you know what? If you've had a tough night like Ward has offensively,
you got to get them where you
you got to get yourself going.
Tipping chucks one up from 3. It's just short. Jefferson tries to get that rebound. He's all hustle and heart, but Jones comes down with it. He passes it out to Kearney. Kearney just short again, gets his own rebound, however, though, Ryan. That's the Windsor hustle that we need to see, but there's another turnover there right into Justin Moss's hands.
Yep.
Over to Jamison Tipping in the corner. That's exactly where he hit that game-winning 3 last week against KW. That one can't connect, however.
No, it can't. Here, as we've seen,
It's a track meet right now. Nick Evans tries to go off the glass. It's no good.
That's another tough shot, but you know what? This is another point to when you play tough defense on guys, as there's Justin Moss, who now misses one himself. And it looks like there's going to be a bit of a foul. But, you know, to the Orangeville A's point, and here's another point on defense. If you're able to get right in the face of all of the other team's best scorers and not give them any space or any room to breathe when they're taking those shots, when they finally are open, it can be tough to get in rhythm if they know for a fact that they're only going to get 1 or 2 open looks the entire game. It can mess with your head.
Nick Evans not letting anything mess with his head. He loves those little jumpers from the dunking spot. Another 2 for him. Right now he's sitting at 16 points, leading the way for the Windsor Express. Harris finds Moss. Slips out of Moss's hands, so he gets it out to Jamison Tipping, who then passes it on. A couple guys later, it's at Rick Bodiford for 3.
What a shot there by Bodiford. Bodiford, he's now got 8 points on the night. 9 rebounds, Kelsey.
Bodiford's on pace to get a double-double, that's for sure. There's going to be a foul there.
3 assists as well. Very complete game if you ask me, but you know
he's that veteran presence he's got in there for sure.
Well, absolutely, and you look at the leadership role, like you can imagine that Coach Lazowski's asking him to take on this season. You know, this is now going to be his. I mean, how many years has he been here now?
Rick Bodiford has been in Orangeville since 2003. Before that, he was in the Mississauga Power, so he's been in the league since 2011.
Yeah, when you have that, I mean,
he's not trying to leave anytime soon. He loves it here.
No, he does. And once again, going back to what's being said there is when you have a guy like that being asked to kind of bring on that kind of leadership role, you get the confidence to take certain shots, and that's one of those right there. It just extends the lead, and once again, you know, all kudos goes to the Orangeville A's right now, kicking off this second half, not missing a beat. As the reserves are now coming in, we'll see if these guys can keep up the momentum going now against what is pretty much a starters lineup here for the Windsor Express.
Bodiford over to Jefferson. Jefferson, a little pump fake and spin move to the basket off the glass. No good. Tries to clean up by McGee, but that one cannot connect either. And now Jones over to Patterson. Can't go. Big rebound there by Slim. Add another stat to his stat line so far. He's having a great night. And here's Bodiford looking to drive. Pulls up at the elbow. A little too strong. Great rebound there by Slim McGee.
Absolutely, McGee gets called with the foul there, or sorry, with the travel there, but you know, it must be, it's got to be nice for Coach Lazowski to know that he's got a guy like McGee ready to come off the bench whenever Justin Moss might get into foul trouble, or, you know, to your point, what you were saying earlier in the game, just, fatigue, foul trouble, or in games like this when you're up that much, you're gonna have a guy that's going to be able to continue to box out, continue to work hard under the rim. And he's just looked like the super sub right now for the Orangeville A's so far in this game.
Giroux to Prosper. This is the guy I was telling you guys about earlier. Prosper is a big, big, big boy, and he uses his body and his length in there to get his first 2 points.
That's something you're going to want to see them go back to. If the mid-range jump shots aren't falling, just keep attacking the rim. Something they failed.
On the, it's going to be Windsor Express. It looked to me that it went Rick Botta, and he's kind of arguing away.
Sometimes just swiped away doesn't mean the last to touch it,
Yeah.
right? It's worth arguing, I suppose, with the referee, but you know.
I'm going to disagree with that one. I don't think it's ever worth arguing with a referee because they're not going to change their call ever.
No, they're not, but you can work them over. We've seen that time and again.
Prosper up top. He drives left. That one's good for another 2 points, making an immediate impact coming onto the floor.
Now here's an interesting thought, Kelsey. Your big guy has just scored 2 buckets in a row. Nick Evans was doing the same thing at the beginning of the game, and then they went away from him for a solid quarter and a half. Let's see if they've learned from their mistake and keep trying to feed the big man.
Yeah. Big rebound there by Joseph. Gets it out to Hendricks. Hendricks is going to look to start something up again. 16 seconds left on the shot clock.
Here's Hendricks, the rookie.
He's calling for a screen up top from Tulloch. Gets it over to Jefferson. He gets called with the travel with only 4 seconds left to go on the shot clock.
I'm sure he's frustrated right now, but that was definitely a travel. Caught the ball, then took 2 steps, a little hop step. Unfortunately, we're not in the NBA, so you can't take that hop step. Otherwise, no one would care.
Brown down low, looking to take on Hendricks. He kicks it right out to Jones. He misses, tries to get cleaned up there by Lester Prosper. That one's no good. And there's going to be a foul call.
Now, despite the fact they weren't able to get the ball to Prosper, Prosper is still able to go there and try and get the ball. But I'm not mad at that shot. If you've got a wide open look like that, especially off of a good clean pass, why not take the shot? Especially, when you know you can hit that.
Hendricks drives. That was kind of a crazy little drive there. He didn't even have that ball in his hands the whole way down. It was kind of just like a pinball game, pinning back and forth between a bunch of things, eventually going out of bounds, Windsor ball. Now Maurice Jones bringing it up for this visiting team. 17 seconds left on the shot clock. Warren Ward has time. That one's good for 3. I knew it. As soon as he set his feet, Ryan, I knew that one was going in because he is so lethal from the three-point line, especially when he has time to think about it.
Absolutely. Well said, Kelsey, especially when you consider the fact that he finally moved away from that kind of rush shot he was taking in the second quarter. Very good shot there.
Jefferson looks for the answer. No good. Warren Ward comes back with it. Gets it up to Lester Prosper, but he travels. I think he took half a step before he grabbed that ball.
Yeah, Warren Ward, unfortunately, when he got that ball there, you can see he had his head down for about 2 to 3 steps.
Yeah.
And during that time, it gave the Orangeville defense an opportunity to get back in transition and prevent an easy 2 points.
Which it did. Couple substitutions now on the floor. Warren Ward comes off of the floor back onto the bench after shooting so well from the three-point line, but Clinton Springer-Williams, I'm sure, will be able to stay right on track with that. Another guy who's absolutely deadly from the 3.
A couple of starters back in as well now, trying to prevent this lead from getting any smaller. Originally, this Orangeville A's team was up by as much as 27 in this corner, and they're now only up by 15. And once again, we've seen, you hate to beat a dead horse, Kelsey, but we've seen leads evaporate so quickly in this league last year. So many times. And I guarantee you that Coach Lazowski has seen some of the game tape from last year.
And said, I am not about to let that happen to me again.
Absolutely.
Not him, but this team, I mean.
Yes. He was at some of these games. He was here watching. He saw how this team was playing, and I guarantee you he doesn't want to repeat from last season.
Jefferson chucks one up from the 3.
And Jefferson having a day right now. Give him 17 on the night, along with 5 rebounds and 3 assists.
Again, another one of those just solid games like we were talking about earlier with Bodiford.
Absolutely. And you need that secondary scoring if you're going to be successful in this league.
Kearney finds a wide open Giroux underneath for the
Damn. There's that penetration though. Windsor just trying to keep pace right now.
Justin Moss sees the lane. Foul by Lester Prosper there. That's one guy I don't want to be fouled by, Ryan. But I guess if he's going to foul anyway, Justin Moss can take the hit. He's going to go to the line for 2 points.
Definitely. And when you look at the replay.
2 shots, excuse me.
Yes. I was going to say, as you're looking at the replay here, you look at the 2 defenders up at the top of the 3-point line there. Both guys biting on the ball handler. And Justin Moss, who set the screen, I mean, you've seen him all night take full advantage of curling off of those screens and going to the basket, yet even in that moment there, the defense still hasn't necessarily learned their lesson, trying to be, they're basically trying to gamble. They're trying to force the turnover by double teaming the ball handler. But it was one of the easiest passes he could make, giving it over to a wide open Justin Moss. And of course, he's going to go to the line, and he's been very consistent from the free throw line tonight.
Add another made free throw to his
8 for 8.
There we go. He is 100% tonight from the foul line, bringing it to 73-55. Just over 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this third quarter. CSW pulls up for the long jumper. That one's no good, but there will be a foul called. And that goes to Enrique De Loreto, the Windsor University grad, and now CSW goes to the line for 2 shots.
And that's another thing really you want to talk about here, Kelsey, the difference between this team this year and the team that the Orangeville put on the floor last year. We had a lot of young guys coming off of the bench that were trying to learn roles. I mean, there was a lot of these guys coming into their first or second or third years in pro ball, still kind of really used to being the guy on their team in a lot of the teams that they played for, especially growing up. And when you add that with, you don't want to call it immaturity, but you definitely want to say a lack of experience of fitting into a specific role, as opposed to the coach saying just go do whatever you need to do. The teams that the guys you have coming off the bench this year are guys that have been around the league quite a few times, a couple of times. Even a guy like Slim McGee, who's only about 26 years old. He's played professional basketball for a few years now, and he knows what his role is. And when you have guys that are willing to accept their roles and embrace that sort of stuff, and a guy like Enrique that's here as well, who
Great
just
defense.
got a turnover.
Great defense there by De Loreto. Justin Moss on the other end goes up. He tries to go up for one of his famous slams. You could hear the crowd going, oh, getting ready, and it's swiped away by CSW.
Right. So with all of that being said, when you have guys coming off of the bench, just calmer. You can just feel the bench is a lot calmer when guys are making plays. Guys know what they need to do. You're going to have a better team.
There's a holding foul on the Windsor Express. That's on Quinnell Brown. That's only his second personal foul. 17 seconds left on the shot. Oh, they're going to reset it, to 24 seconds on the shot clock because that was a foul. 2 minutes, 10 seconds left to go in this third quarter, 73-57. There's an offensive foul there now. So that was the same matchup that got that first foul on the Windsor player. And now there's going to be a foul on the Orangeville A's player in that same matchup, same play, same everything, a little bit of a retaliation. And the thing is, Ryan, the referee closest to us, where you're watching right now from home, he had the foul, I'm assuming, on the Windsor player because he put his hand up way before De Loreto had time to react to that, but because the ref was closer and saw the reaction to the initial foul, De Loreto actually got that foul.
You're always going to get the reaction call, always, every time. Great shot there by Tipping, wide open, very comfortable.
1, 2, 3.
That was a a tough miss there by Prosper under the rim that led to that transition three-pointer for Orangeville. And
I love a good transition three.
There you go.
So
the lead's back
ballsy.
up. right? Lead
Canal
back
Brown.
up to 18.
That foul goes to Jamison Tipping. He knocks the ball right out of Prosper's hands. I think he got a little bit of his chin in that action by accident. So it's just going to be Windsor ball on the baseline.
Bodiford is, if we see him back in the game at some point, he's one bucket away from a double-double tonight. There's a nice three-point shot there,
Brandon Kearney bringing the lead to only 15, the closest it's been all quarter. Huge slam there by Prosper. The big man has some hops in him.
And Prosper returning the favor on that earlier steal Moss had on him for the open dunk.
Hendricks swings the ball. Joseph now comes off a screen from Justin Moss, turns the corner, and dishes. Can't get it up, though. Thurman blocked.
That's just a great defensive play there. You couldn't ask for anything more as a coach offensively. Prosper just there, and he's feeling it right now. Once again, you know, here's the big guy. He gets a block, gets a fast break bucket, gets a steal. What do? Keep passing the ball around. Let's not feed the big man. What do we do now? There
Brown
we go. There we go.
finds Prosper underneath. Prosper can't get it to fall. However, Giroux cleans it up.
Great finish inside, and now it's only an 11-point game, 21 seconds to go.
What did we
There's
say?
Jamison
We didn't
with
try.
a response.
Oh, wow.
Puts it back up.
Tray ball.
Great defense there. That was by Harris, I believe. And there's Jamison again.
Tipping can't connect on that one.
Almost
A little
had
bit of a heat check there, but Justin Moss is there to clean it up with a buzzer beater slam.
And just like that, a quick 5-point swing puts it back up for 16 for the Orangeville A's. And they do not want to disappoint this home crowd on opening night.
All right, guys, 82-64, 12 minutes left to go in this game. We will be back in just a few minutes. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action, the most exciting of all. 80-64, the Orangeville A's lead the way over the Windsor Express here at Athlete Institute during their home opener. Justin Moss finds the open lane there, can't connect, however, it's going to be out of bounds. Right now, Moss is sitting at 24 points, leading the way for the Orangeville A's. Behind him, Relier Jefferson with 17.
Now, here's a fun fact, Kelsey. Including his shots from the floor and at the line, he's only missed 2 tonight.
Incredible.
8 for 10 from the field, 8 of 8 from the free throw line.
That's almost silly, eh?
Well, he puts himself in good positions.
Yeah, Prosper with the step back Kobe jumper. That one's no good. Joseph comes down with that board. Swiped away by CSW, and there's going to be a foul there on Connell Brown.
Good call there on the referee.
That's Brown's third foul so far in this matchup. Hendricks playing the 1 right now for this Orangeville team. Finds the open lane down the left. Over to Moss. Moss to Tipping. Tipping goes for the reverse. Can't make it connect. Big rebound by Giroux.
Great take by Tipping there. Just had to be a little bit stronger under the rim.
CSW puts one up. That's good for 3.
You look at that guy. He's a microwave. He's a walking microwave.
Tell me about that.
Honestly, let's take a quick look at his shot. He's only gotten 3 shots off in this game, and he's 2 for 3 from the field, and he's 2 for 2 behind the 3-point line. Once again, another guy where it's,
he gets cooking.
you know, if you get cooking, feed the ball right now.
Feed the microwave.
Yeah, feed him the ball.
The microwave usually feeds you, but you got to feed the microwave in this case, eh?
Well, technically, if you put the food in the microwave, aren't you feeding it?
But I love it. Let's talk to CSW after the game and see how he feels about being called a microwave. I love it.
I think he'd like that.
Yeah, he heats up quick.
Right. There you go.
Justin Moss now, another guy who heats up quickly, Ryan. He's going to go to the line for 2 more. Like I said earlier, he's sitting at 24 points right now. 8 for 8 from the foul line. He's got 5 boards and 3 assists.
You know, you want to say maybe fatigue will have a factor at this point, but he's had a chance to sit for a lot of minutes in this game. And that's in no small part, going back to what I was discussing in the last quarter of just, you know, how much deeper this bench looks for this Orangeville A's team this year. Guys that are finishing under the rim, guys that are just walking onto the floor knowing exactly what they need to do, being at the right place at the right time. It says a lot.
10 for 10 now from the foul line. Justin Moss, 26 points, 11 minutes, 6 seconds left to go in this game. The Windsor Express going to need to claw their way back in the next 11 minutes to get this win.
Nick Evans now back on the floor along with Clinton Springer-Williams. There's a fine inside, but that's a good call on the foul there.
Yeah, there's a foul there on Gavin Thurman, kind of pulling Jernard Giroux back from cutting. That's his first personal foul. He hasn't had a lot of minutes so far in this game, but it's a good stop because Giroux would have been absolutely wide open underneath have that foul not been called. So it is going to be Windsor ball on the sideline.
That was Gavin Thurman, Lazovsky's statesman.
CSW. He goes up. That one's no good. Brown with the offensive rebound. Again, swiped away by Justin Moss.
And Justin Moss. What a steal there.
Moss is putting on a show for everybody here in Orangeville. Miscommunication there for Windsor, goes right off the back of the arm of CSW.
Look at the height he's getting off of some of those dunks. Kelsey, you forget that he's a power forward. But once again, I mean, it just goes back to those hands that he has. Such a great
I want to know the
player.
training regimen that Justin Moss did in the summertime, because he came ready to play this year.
He's definitely slimmed down a little bit. You can see that, but it's only done nothing but help him. He hasn't lost any of his strength.
Eh?
Yeah, he hasn't lost any of his strength at all.
And he got a new hairdo.
Yes, he
which
did.
I love.
Yeah, much.
Hair's out of his eyes now. That's what it is.
There you go. I think, he's seeing the game a little bit clearer now.
Giroux to Ward. Ward sinks it. Oh, I tried to call it early, but I was wrong.
And there's a steal, too, on top of that.
I'll have to have a chat with Warren Ward after the game, making me look silly.
Yep.
Bodiford can't connect underneath. A little strong on that left-hand side.
A little bit of miscommunication there under the rim. I think everyone had a different idea of what they wanted to do. But you love that effort on defense here.
Nick
There's
Evans
a foul.
goes up on the left-hand side. He can't connect it. Real mad at himself, but he will have the chance to go to the line for 2 as Slim McGee makes his way onto the court for Moss.
You want to see that. And Nick Evans, normally Rick Bodiford, not the foul you'd want to see, just a little tap on the arm. But he got away with that one there.
And I think that's why Evans was so mad at himself for missing that shot.
Yeah, because that was I mean, you know, you're 6'11". See, it's easy for us short guys to say, you know, oh, you're 6'11", you should have just crammed it down. But, you know, it's until you've been there. I mean, I'm 6'2", so I'll never know what that feels like.
Yeah, he's got a couple inches on you.
A few.
Able to sink the foul shot. 84-69, just under 10 minutes left to go in this ball game. Anthony Harris bringing it down as the one position. He rejects the screen, finds the open lane, and he's fouled there by Brandon Kearney. He's going to go to the line again for 2 from the charity stripe.
One thing you love to watch when you're seeing Anthony Harris play, every single time he's rejected a screen in this game, he's gotten himself to the line. So there's no hesitation whatsoever. He knows exactly how to position his body to get to the rim. When he gets up there, he makes sure that there's contact just as much as his defender going into him as him going into the defender. And because of that, he's getting to the line every single time. Just so explosive and so smart with his movements. Doesn't always use the pick, but when he decides not to use it, he's making it work for him and getting himself to the line.
He's a very smart and experienced player. I mean, 4 years at Miami U, and then he's been in the D-League pretty much since 2010, playing against the best of the best who are just under the NBA level.
Yep.
So, I mean, he's a very, very smart player, and you can see that out there.
Absolutely. And those Miami teams were good, too. It's not like he was playing in those off years. Like these were teams that were getting to the tournament every now and then. In a very good conference, might I add you.
CSW goes up and in, and Joseph is charged with the foul.
Once again, Orangeville, don't look now, but you only have a 13-point lead. All it takes is a few turnovers, and it's only a few possessions away for the Windsor Express.
Still 9 minutes and 19 seconds left to go in the game. And as we've said before, I mean, Ryan said we don't want to beat a dead horse, but leads can evaporate quick in this league.
Absolutely. And there's Springer Williams. He's now got 11 points on the night, and he's only put up 4 shots from the field. You know, kids?
That's efficiency right there.
Kids, practice your free throws.
Nice little in and out there. Beautiful little shimmy and shake by Anthony Harris as we're just praising him for his experience.
Well, you know what? When you've got a guy that can take control of a game and attack the basket like Harris just did in moments like this, when it seems like the other team is just starting to heat up as we just said.
Ward has the fiery hand from beyond the arc.
And, I mean, once again, Harris, what an upgrade. Having that secondary 20-point scorer aside of Justin Moss. Big upgrade for the Orangeville A's. No matter how this game goes, the A's are in a much better position to be successful this year.
Big steal there by Warren Ward. Gets it up to CSW for the jam.
Here we go now. Once again, a 9-point lead.
The Windsor coach looking happy.
Lazowski, we'll see. Almost wondering if you'll see a timeout. If they don't get a bucket here, I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Lazowski calls a timeout.
Bodiford finds the lane, and it's in off the glass.
And once again, there's that lack of patience that the Windsor Express have been showing from time to time.
Bodiford now reaching double digits. He's at 10 points.
He's now got his double-double.
It's a quiet double-double, too.
Really is.
Warren Ward, can he do it? What did I say, Ryan?
Ward now.
When he heats up, he heats up. If CSW is a microwave, Warren Ward is an oven at 400 degrees.
There he is. That was his
Slim
14th.
McGee, there we go, up and under for 2.
Once again, though, the bench for the Orangeville A's, not deterred, come right back and get another bucket and push it back up to double digits.
Giroux tries to save the ball from out of bounds. It's into the hands of McGee.
That's a big stop. See if they can capitalize here. Look,
Harris.
find.
Harris so crafty down there, able to get that another basket for 2 points. Right now, Anthony Harris at 11 points, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds.
He's got to be careful, though. He also has 4 personal fouls. It was a good time. This is a good timeout call, though, here by the Windsor Express coaching staff, realizing that they can't have it slip away one more time or they may not come back for good. And I think with that being said, it's 92-80 for the Orangeville A's here in Orangeville. We'll be back in just a moment.
All right, guys, fourth quarter action. 7 minutes, 9 seconds left to go in this game. 92-80. The Orangeville A's lead the way over the Windsor Express. This is the home opener here at Athlete Institute. Jones for the Express team. He brings it up in that point guard position. In the next stoppage of play, Justin Moss will make his way back onto the floor. Warren Ward finds CSW. Over to Evans. Evans with the jumper. Of course it's good. Evans is lethal from that mid-range.
Absolutely. Evans has really found his comfort zone now. You give him any space whatsoever, he's going to hit that shot. And to your point, Kelsey, so tall, so long, such a high release point, almost unblockable.
Slim for 2.
But Slim's got the response. Slim McGee. And kids, that is not a nickname. That is his real name, Slim McGee.
No, his name is Gregory Sean McGee.
Yeah, but the program has him as Slim, without the quotations. Like, Ocho Cinco.
Yeah, a little grammatically incorrect without the quotations, but he does go by Slim, and I love it. Warren Ward, nothing but net.
Ward, he's now taken 15 shots all the night. It's safe to say that he's found his rhythm, Kelsey.
That fiery hand, I can feel the heat from here. Harris blocked. Whoa, I don't know if you just caught that on the video. Nick Evans went to help up Anthony Harris. Warren Ward took Nick Evans' arm and threw it out of the way. He says you don't help up the other team. It is go time right now, 10 points. Just under 6 minutes left to go in this game. Jamison Tipping has it out of bounds on the baseline for this home team. Justin Moss. Over to Jefferson. Jefferson to Harris. Harris comes off a screen. Big steal by CSW. It's good for 2.
That's a way to throw it down. CSW understood he had Moss right behind him, but you cannot afford to hesitate against a player like him. You have to go right to the rim. And there's an over and back, and Harris not even realizing.
Just kind of unaware of where you are on the court.
Yep. And now they got a chance to bring this down to about a 2-possession game here, Kelsey.
94-86. If you're an Orangeville fan, you are on the edge of your seat right now. Just under 5.5 minutes left to go in this game. Jones to CSW. Clinton Spinger-Williams, he finds Warren Ward. Ward looking to get some space to pull a shot up. He does, and that one's no good. His first miss out of the last 4 shots he has taken. And now Harris slows it down for the Orangeville A's. They're looking to run their game right now. 17 seconds on the shot clock.
Ward was trying to find the open space there. Now we got a bit of a mismatch, though.
Jefferson to Moss. Moss goes up for 2.
And really, let's be honest, Kelsey, there's maybe 1 or 2 other guys in the league that can make that shot right there. Taking the contact and finishing. Unbelievable.
He's got such a great spin to the ball. He uses the glass so effectively.
He does.
There's an out of bounds call, excuse me, Ryan, on the Windsor Express. It's going to be Orangeville ball coming back the other way.
You see when he's able to finish under the rim like that, and we've seen him do that about 3 times tonight. Just like shots
falling,
shots nobody else on the floor would be able to finish.
There's another one there, a little bit wide open on that one.
Give him 30 on the night.
He's got a 30 piece on the night. So that is his season high so far of this 2016-17 season. 30 points. How many rebounds, Ryan?
He's only got 5. He hasn't needed to get many.
He hasn't missed. CSW chucks one up. That one's no good, but Nick Evans, the big man, a mismatch now on Jamison Tipping, puts one up and in.
Great decision there by Evans, recognizing he has the mismatch on size, and if he's got the space, go inside, attack the rim, big man, finish. And that's exactly what he did.
Harris over to Jefferson. He finds Bodiford in the corner. Bodiford goes up. Lost his shoe. And it's an out of bounds call. The refs are nowhere to be found. I'd be surprised if that's not a jump ball.
I was going to say, I'm surprised that Bodiford didn't even get the call there.
Yeah, that was a lot of body contact. Losing a shoe. It looked like a war zone down there.
Oh, you know what? I mean, really, the only reason Evans' feet even moved was because Bodiford went so hard into him. So
fair enough.
yeah, honestly.
There we go. So I was right. It's going to be a jump ball because the referees just didn't see it.
Yeah.
So it's going to go to the Windsor Express. That's fair. I would rather the refs do that than guess.
Yeah, absolutely. And once again, when you bring in the fact, sometimes refs are afraid to make that call, and they're going to either call it a charge or they're going to call it a blocking foul, one way or the other. But to be perfectly honest, it was just a hard physical play, and really not much else you can say about it. It looked more like a hockey play more than anything.
Out of bounds once again. Jones just can't get a hold of how big this gym is. A little narrow for his liking. That's 2 in a row for him. And now Orangeville is going to come back the other way. Still a 10-point game.
Well, it's one thing you want to talk about this court really briefly is that it's actually an OSBA-sized gym. So, it's prep level speed, which is still bigger than a normal gym, a normal regulation-sized gym. Not NBA size, of course. But what I'm more trying to say is that it's bigger than than any community center gym you're ever going to see.
But a lot smaller for the guys that have played D-League,
yes.
Like Maurice Jones. He's one of those guys that's been in the D-League, used to a little bit of a bigger court.
Yep.
But, I mean, his teammates are right there. Let him know. Your foot's out of bounds, man. Don't catch the ball.
Well,
There's going to be a foul there on Jefferson. Excuse me. No, the referee just made a little mistake there. He pointed the wrong way. It's going to go to Nick Evans. I was confused there for a second, but that foul does go to Nick Evans. Yeah,
Nick Evans caught him right in the face there with his elbow after we take a little look at the replay. Evans, though, honestly, he's been the biggest, happiest guy out there today. Every single time a foul's on him, he's just shaking it off, going, my bad.
Evans is known as a very fiery guy in this league. I mean, with the London Lightning, he kind of abruptly stopped, was nicely removed off the team last year, wanted to go do some post-secondary school. He's back here today, so I think he sees that he's gotten a new light and a new opportunity to play basketball. He's just happy to be here, happy to compete, and I mean, he's playing well. It's easy to be happy when you're playing well.
Oh, absolutely, and that's one thing, right? They're going to need a lot of his scoring from what we've been seeing in this game so far. Windsor, he's got a good role in the team. He's starting. Looks like he's just loving the game again, really. And there's
CSW for 1-2, Trey.
Such a tough shot, but
7-point game now. This is going to be a big possession for the Orangeville A's. Jamison tipping on the wing. Gets it into Moss. Moss has some room to play down there now, going against Nick Evans. Great defense there by the Windsor Express. He goes up and under with the reverse and one.
And you look at that, what a finish. What a finish.
Absolutely incredible finish there by Justin Moss. Now has the chance to make that a 3-point play, bring it back up to 10 points.
The fact that he was able to, once his dribble was done, using that elbow, hooking underneath the defender.
His hip, yep.
Finishing up and under.
Reverse on the left-hand side.
To your point, and to your point, Kelsey, the spin that he put on that ball when he threw it up, that's the only way that's going in.
His finesse is incredible.
Yep. And you know what, though? These NBL basketballs, like I said earlier, it's like playing with a Velcro ball. It really helps to your advantage to put that extra English on it. And Justin Moss has really mastered that in this league.
Kearney. There's an offensive foul there called on Nick Evans. That's his fourth person. Oh, I thought it should just be his fourth, but I guess that's his fifth. Oh, after that one, yeah, that's his fifth personal foul. So he's only got one more left to give. 2 minutes, 22 seconds left to go in the game. Anthony Harris brings it up for this Orangeville team. Really looking to wait out the clock. The Orangeville A's are not looking for any quick shots left in this game.
No, definitely not.
Justin Moss with the jumper. That one's no good. Cleaned up by Jefferson underneath.
And really, you want to put it down there? All guys, ball watching. Nobody's watching to box out the man. You got 3 black shirts around you. And if nobody's looking to box out somebody, that's what's going to happen. The entire Windsor defense got called.
Clinton Springer-William was about to freak out until he turned around and saw the ref had the right call. No worries. It's going to go back to the Windsor Express. Just under 2 minutes left to go in the game.
And that one went off Justin Moss's back. Probably the easiest call the ref's going to make all night.
Warren Ward. Just long. Justin Moss with the board. Gets it up to Rick Bodiford. Bodiford goes up for 2 with the foul.
The thing I love about that move there, Kelsey, he brought the ball over, but securely to his right-hand side, gave the defender just a little bit of hope. Brown saw that the ball was there, so he thought, might as well try and go for it anyway, but at the last second was able to make the exchange and finish with his left. By that time, Brown's hand was already there, and it was too late. Easy bucket for Bodiford. Now he gets to go to the line for an extra basket. Can't finish,
Can't
though.
connect, though.
But look
Jamison
at this.
Tipping grabs that rebound. Again, they're not looking for the quick shot.
Relio Jefferson, once again, making them pay for watching the basketball instead of just boxing somebody out.
It's going to be an offensive foul there on Jefferson, an illegal screen.
I think it's safe to say, though, that this one might be in the books if Orangeville can take care of their possessions and eat up the 24-second shot clock every chance that they get.
A couple threes, and Windsor's right back in it, however. But Orangeville's defense tonight hasn't been letting up.
No, not at all. And that's why you hold on to the ball when you can. You know they want to shoot the three.
Brown tries to get that three up, no good. It's brought down by Nick Evans. He's going to be fouled on the floor, however, before the shot, so it's going to be Windsor ball on the baseline.
I can imagine that Nick Evans would have preferred to have played on there, because the second time we get a chance there to back up on Jamison Tipping. Only that time around he did have some help, but once again.
CSW up top comes off a screen. Over to Warren Ward and in to Nick Evans. He kicks it out to Brandon Kearney. Nothing but air there. Jamison Tipping going to be charged with that foul. Nick Evans with the and one. He's going to go to the charity stripe for one more.
Here's Evans recognizing they need the three more than anything, able to dish it out. And it looks like there that Tipping grabbed Evans's arm at the last second to try and prevent the bucket. But Evans, I mean, you got a guy sitting there at 6'11", listed at 240 pounds. Biggest guy on the floor right now.
Big offensive rebound there by Warren Ward. Nick Evans tries to make it up. He can't get that one to fall, though. Rick Bodiford comes down with that rebound. That's a big rebound, Ryan, because now we're almost at a minute of play, and that gives the Orangeville A's another full possession.
Absolutely, and honestly, if I was Windsor,
fouling.
Do you start fouling? It's a 12-point game. I mean, you're still about 4 possessions away.
Couple threes. That one's no good. Quinnell Brown not looking to sprint, jogs it up, chucks up a three. That one's no good, and I think you are right on that one. Big rebound by Rick Bodiford. The crowd has started to clap. That's going to be a win for the Orangeville A's, although there is still 2 possessions, so they are going to have to put something up.
And there's Harris
Anthony Harris sees Justin Moss. Why not pad his stats a little bit, but that one's no good. Moss mad at himself. The ball's going to go to the Windsor Express. 12.2 seconds on the shot, or on the clock, left in the game. Brandon Kearney brings it up. There's 10 seconds, left to go. Brandon Kearney out to Warren Ward. He chucks up a three, no good. Bodiford, another rebound.
And there's the W. The Orangeville A's, they walk away with their home opener win, and they move to 2-0 on the season, Kelsey.
2 big wins against 2 big teams, Ryan. Let's talk about tonight. Give the fans at home a little bit of a recap.
Absolutely. Well, of course, leading all scorers is Justin Moss with 35 points, with 6 rebounds, 3 assists. And get this, Kelsey, only picked up 1 personal foul the entire night. If you want to talk about a disciplined game, I mean, I don't know how else you can say it. Also getting some stuff done there is Relio Jefferson. He had 19 points and 8 rebounds. Rick Bodiford, 12 points and 15 rebounds. We're also looking here at Anthony Harris. He only had 13, but he also had 8 assists, 3 rebounds. One of the things you want to bring up more than anything for this really was a true complete team win. Everybody got some minutes tonight, and not only did everybody get some minutes tonight, Kelsey, everyone either at least got a couple rebounds, got an assist, and when that's happening, you get a complete team win.
Rick Bodiford's got a quick message for everybody at home. Rick Bodiford just letting everyone know when the next home game is, and that is next Wednesday. Make sure you tune in to NBLCanada.com. And now Justin Moss is going to make his way up to have a quick interview with us post-game. Again, he went 35 points. Perfect from the foul line, actually, which is so impressive. You just wait 1 second, he's going to be right back. Is it?
32? Yeah.
Justin Moss, an incredible game to watch out there. A career high right now for this Orangeville A's team. You had 35 points. What was clicking for you out there?
My guards, they were penetrating and kicking. I got to give all thanks to them. They got me the ball in the right spot, and I was in a position to score.
Let's talk about this possession down here where you hooked your defender's hip, got under, kind of falling, a reverse layup. It was kind of everything that you don't want in a shot, and you made it anyway with the foul.
I practice those kind of shots every day. Just under the rim, flipping it up, working on my rotation on the ball, putting a little English on it. So that's all I practice.
All right, and then you did get that foul I mentioned. You went 11 for 11 from the foul line today. How many foul shots did you practice in that offseason?
I pride myself on getting to the line, and when I get to the line, I need to complete the play. So when I get to the line, I focus, take my time, and put them in.
You had 18 rebounds in your game last week against KW. Only 8 tonight. What's the difference?
I need to be more aggressive. We got this win. We as a unit need to be more aggressive on the glass. We let a couple offensive boards let them have a couple offensive boards. So that's part of me and the rest of the bigs.
Raleigh Jefferson is a new guy on your team this year. Again, you were here last year. He had 19 points tonight, 8 rebounds, same as you. What's the importance of a guy like that to like the team this year?
Raleigh is a great player. He has great length. He's versatile. He can play big. He can play the wing. I'm lucky to have him on our team. We're lucky to have him on the team.
All right, thank you. And we will see you next week on Wednesday. Make sure you guys tune in. Justin Moss will be here to put on another crazy performance.
Thank you.
All right, guys, me and Justin are back at it next. Probably me and Justin.
There you go.
But me and Ryan as well will be back at it next Wednesday. Make sure you tune in. They are taking on the London Lightning at 7 p.m. here at Athlete Institute.
Everybody take care. Have a great night.